So many clients want to know how to get their business to the next level. Today's video is going to focus on how to get your business from those early stages on into that next tier of growth. So if you've hit a plateau in your business, this video is for you. What happens that causes a plateau in business? Whenever I'm looking at a big problem like this, I'm always trying to break it down into its component pieces. I find this is a nice way to see which of the component pieces is contributing the largest amount to the problem in the business. So if you're at a growth plateau, there are two main things you want to check on to see where the problem lies. So diagnostically, do you have a sales problem or do you have a capacity problem? So if you have a sales problem, that means that you have the capacity to be doing a lot more work, but you're sort of sitting around twiddling your thumbs. You just need to be selling that more work. If you were to sell twice as much work, you could deliver on twice as much work, which means your business would basically double. So that would be you have a sales problem. That's a pretty common one earlier on in business, especially. If you have a capacity problem, that means that you're selling more work than you can get to, and you're getting backlogged, and you're having to say no to jobs, or you're telling yes to jobs you should be saying no to, and you're making people upset. That'd be a capacity problem. So if you're at a plateau, you have either a sales problem or a capacity problem, sometimes a little bit of both. And typically they kind of stair step back and forth. So in looking at your business at your plateau, the first step is figuring out, do you have a sales problem or a capacity problem? I'll briefly cover, if you have each one, what type of a solution to be looking for, and then I'll wrap this video up. As always, you can reach out to me if you'd like additional guidance and support, more help getting the answers that you're looking for. So number one is, if you have a sales problem, make sure you are spending time doing sales activities. Make sure you are taking the time to improve yourself at sales, because many people love the capacity, the fulfillment side of things. They love doing what they do. That's why they started their business to begin with, delivering a wonderful product or service that gets them super excited. But they didn't really launch their business to become a salesperson or a marketing person. And so because of that, that area can get totally neglected, and we can have this sort of idea that's almost a fear of rejection, that what I do is wonderful and people will come to me and want to buy what I have because it's so great. And that can be true to a degree, but now you're powerless. You're waiting on them to come knocking on your doors with their money saying, hey, will you take my money? And if you have lots of time and lots of patience, you can take that approach. But I would suggest a more active approach where you're in more control of your own destiny to increase your chances of success, which means actually taking the time to develop a sales process, some marketing processes, some outreach, and putting time in your schedule every week to do those things. Many entrepreneurs, if I asked them, if you had 3 weeks, 3 hours every week set aside, devoted to sales and marketing, do you know what you would actually even be doing in that time? Would answer no. This space is extra confusing. There are a lot of things that are being sold to you that you should be doing, could be doing, as far as marketing, SEO, sales tactics, cold calls, buying lists, and all those distractions can really get you bubbled up and confused. Most of the time, you don't need to buy anything or pay for anything to make your sales and marketing work. You just need the right skills, the right tactics, the right approach. So if you have a sales problem, spending time to learn salesmanship is going to be a key factor to solve. And once you have that skill, it goes in your back pocket. It stays with you for forever. It will pay dividends over and over again. It is an investment that you cannot afford to not make in yourself. You have a capacity problem, meaning that you're selling more work than you can get to, basically. There are a few ways to approach that. Typically, first and foremost, I'm looking at, where can I find efficiencies in what I'm doing? Usually we started doing things a certain way and we just kept doing them that way because thinking about it is hard and takes a lot of energy and effort, and what we did already was working. But by rechecking how we're doing things, we have a chance to really make some improvements and go from taking 20 hours to get things done to get that same amount of things done in 12 hours. Think about that. You almost doubled your possible income just by making things more efficient. So that's the number one opportunity. Number two, if you've already done that is you can look at your pricing model. If you're having more people come to you than you can actually serve, sometimes it means it's time to look at raising your prices. Because if your prices are higher, fewer people might come to you because they maybe are coming to you currently because you are underpriced in the market. And out of those fewer people, they'll all be paying you more money and still be very happy customers, which means that you'll do the same amount of work, but your profit has gone up by quite a bit, and you're still delivering a great quality of service, and you've put up appropriate hurdles because you can't help out everybody anyways. And so you might as well help out those that can pay you the money that allow you to stay in business. So evaluating your pricing could be a key step here. The final side, if you're on the capacity problem, is looking at hiring your first help. And this is always an interesting hurdle to cross. Most people eventually make this leap and they get kind of stuck in this purgatory here of how to hire, onboard, and train and develop ongoing help, and eventually how to do it with managers, how to keep scaling in that way. But sometimes you're to a level where that is the next problem to figure out. And that is a skill that takes quite a bit of time to put together. But much like the sales skill, it's a non-negotiable for ongoing growth of figuring that out. And once you have it, it's in your back pocket. You can use it over and over again in any business, any iteration of your business going forward. So if you've hit a growth plateau, a good chance you should either focus on the sales problem or the capacity problem. If things are pretty even, pick out one or the other to do first. I would say if they're pretty dead even, I think focusing on sales first is a lot easier because now you have more work than you can get to, which means that you can add more people. That seems to be less scary than adding more people and hoping you get the work to fill them up. So hopefully that gets you an idea of what to do if your business is at a plateau and you're trying to get to that next level in business. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.